here's your phone stand, and when you look at the side of it, it's an X. On mine, I've got the small bit sticking out at the front where the phone stands on it, and the larger bit sticking down there to provide its stand. And my pencil represents the table that it sits on, so it sits flat like that. We're going to make use of Oblique drawing technique to produce some design ideas. And the first thing I want to start with is to make sure I've got a horizon line, a table line. So that is my first line that goes in. And that shows the line that my phone stand is going to sit at. With mine, I could cheat and I could say my phone stand ends there and my phone stand ends there, and the tail of it is there and there. This is me cheating, and now I know I've got a line going from there to there and a line from going from there to there, and that becomes the front of my phone stand. Now that's actually going to end up too large, so I'm going to start again, draw a line, and I'm just going to draw a line going up for the bit that the phone goes on, and a line going across that the bit the phone stands on. That could be shorter, couldn't it? Because we're making it of a material, plywood, I want to show some thickness, so I've just put a little double line there. Try and keep it parallel, try and keep it neat and tidy. And because these are the front of the phone stand, it doesn't matter if these lines get too dark. So there's my phone stand, and that's just the front. In order to get an oblique view, can you remember what angle it needs to go off at? So, it needs to go off at 45 degrees. So there's the vertical line, there's the horizontal line, there's my line going off at 45 degrees. So when I draw any lines on this drawing now for depth, they all need to be parallel, going off in the same direction, not going off to a point, not getting wider, but going at the same direction. You can use a ruler if you prefer. And again, as I said, I need to spin, so that one's there, the edge of my plywood's coming off there, where they meet is coming off there, where the top of the shell comes off there, where the back of it comes off there. And all I'm doing is putting my depth lines on to start with. So that would be the same as these lines going away. So if that's my X, these are these lines going away from the front of the drawing. I now need to decide how wide I want it, and I'm not measuring this, so I might just say, well, if it's that long, I might want it to be that wide. And you can see all these lines are parallel, the 45-degree lines, so any of these ones. So because that's the width of this piece, and that line goes at that angle, this line needs to go at the same angle. And when it gets to here, it's meeting where this bit's sticking out. So I know I've got to miss that bit out. Don't worry, just do your lines nice and faint. So that's the thickness of my plywood. Because it's met at that point, that line there is that line there. So that line is coming down here. The line that's going to go off there is going off there. And that part is the back of this one. So if this line is at that angle, that line has got to go off at the same angle. So I can start there, and at the same angle. And now it's just a question of filling in the bits that are missing. Vertical line there, front line there, front line there. And I can go back around my drawing and just fill in slightly darker the object. And there is my oblique drawing of my phone stand. There is a way of making it lift off the page slightly. At the moment all my lines should be the same thickness, but if I go round and make the outside darker, it gives the impression of a shadow behind the object where it sits on the page, and just lifts it off the page. Just helps to bring it slightly forward. So I'm just going around the outside of the drawing with a darker pencil line. You could use a darker pencil if you wanted to. And now with that bit, it just gives a bit of a shadow against the page and lifts it off the page.